All right. Welcome to the Spider's Web. This activity will involve you getting all of your group members from this side of the web to the other side of the web without touching any of the red rope. And there's a few different ways that this can happen, but there are some risk management instructions that I'm going to give you just so that everything is done in a way that manages everyone's physical safety. The goal here is to use all of these openings in the spider's web, but once an opening has been used, that opening is now closed. That opening can reopen after all of the openings have been used. So you'll have to decide how you want to move about which opening you use first. You may not go above the web or below the web. You must travel through the web. And if you want to lift someone through the web, that's where the risk management instructions come in. So if somebody wants to be lifted and like carried through, then that person will have to be carried through face up on their back. And we ask that that person crosses their hands and brings them under like this, just so they don't accidentally hit somebody who's helping lift them. And we're gonna ask that that person makes their body really straight and stiff, almost like you're doing a plank, if you're familiar with that. And then what's gonna happen is there's gonna be one person in charge of the head and neck area, and that person is also in charge of all of the communication with the group of people who are moving that person. So the head and neck person, his job is just to hold the head and neck straight so that it's safe and not jarring around. Then there will be several people on the side of the person, on both sides, and then you'll have to decide if you want to have people at the other side who are going to essentially, like, you're going to pass the person to other people, or you can decide if you want to try to pass the person through and they stand up on their own. That's up to you. When you get the person through, though, you want to make sure that the person's feet are going down on the ground first, and you're helping them by pushing on their back to stand up so that they don't just fall on the ground. Any questions about how to lift or move someone? Okay, we can also do a little demonstration here in a moment where I kind of show you exactly what to do, and we can practice that. If you're moving through the web and you or your clothing or your hair touches the web, that's considered a tilt. And I think now would be a really good time for you as a group to discuss, to remember your goals, remember your objective of really pushing yourselves outside of that comfort zone and into that learning zone, and talk to each other about how many tilts do you think is acceptable for your group before we would have to everyone start over. All right, so I'll give you a couple minutes to have that conversation, and then we'll come back and start the activity.